any extra bases the Protoss is trying to take. Well, I've watched many TVP on Starlit, and as Terrans send out vultures to scout right around this point, um, they they will run into pylon walls, and behind the walls, of course, a cannon or two, and the vultures are really shut down, like they couldn't do much. And I've seen some kill plays where from box area he just trying to use a Spider-Man to jump his vultures into the pylon wall. Um, but what I'm thinking is that what if the Terrans has a dropship or two and load some tanks behind the walls and just put some Spider-Mans outside the walls. So when the Protoss trying to save that expansion at this point in game, they will have to shoot through the Spider-Mans and shoot through their own pylons in order to save that expansion. And if there are 4 tanks, I think that will be enough time to take down the nexus that are being built or just newly finished. There are reasons we don't see what I just described. I just don't have a good understanding of this yet. Now, well, it could be the Uber shadow and mirror micros, or just good use of observer to spot anything unexpected, such as dropships. But I think part of the reason is that in maps where Terrans can take their gas easily, like in this map and Colosseum for example, they can just turtle up the entire game until their upgrade reach 2-2, and then proceed to roll the Protoss ground force over with some well-placed EMPs, as Flash has proved time and time again that there's no need to inflict any damage prior to his attack. However, in my case, I couldn't because I don't have the mechanic of even C- level. That's probably the reason I stuck at C-, so I mean D+. So yeah, I have to harass while I secure my third expansion, because if I don't gain an advantage in mid game, I am going to lose the late game. Part of the reason why this is effective for me is that so far I have been playing against players that do not have really good multitasking skill. If I leave them alone, they can macro really good. Like if you leave any D+ Protoss alone unchecked, they will master up a 200 army and with arbiters in about 14 minutes. However, if I do harass him in the same time as he's trying to macro up his army, then that will distract him from what he's doing, and it will slow him down significantly. However, this is also a double-edged sword. I mean, I also distracting myself. Like my macro is not as good when I'm trying to focus on harassing the Protoss. So I think part of the strategies improvement that I'm trying to make to myself is to have better mechanics when I'm harassing, so I can mask up a lot of stuff as I'm harassing, and when I'm done harassing, the Protoss will be in a deficit and I will have my shits maxed out, preferably before I move out. So this is what I'm trying to do in this game. I'm trying to harass him the entire game until I have a max out supply count. Then I move out and try to roll him over. Now I tried this in many games, and some works, some didn't, and the ones that didn't work is because I did not do enough damage when I'm harassing. And the one that works like this game, where I getting a lot of pro kills, and denying expansions with my vouchers and job shifts. When I finally move out, the Protoss usually do not have enough stuffs to stop me, even to a point where I do not even need to siege up my tanks. Now, as you can see, I still not yet maxed out on my supply count, so I am going to do more harass. Now, I'm going to have 2 dropships this time instead of 1, and 4 tanks will running around and see if I can pick off any Protoss new expansions. Now in this map, it's good that there are a lot of cliffs in the middle of the map overseeing expansions, which I can use my dropship to abuse them. And as you can see right now, I see a Dragoon force protecting this mineral only natural expansion. The Protoss just finished. Then they've been mining for a while now. As you can see, I am kind of trying to concentrate on macroing while my dropships moving toward their destinations. And okay, they just landed, and I'm start blasting off on tanks. I'm trying to cut them off with my vulture, but I found that there are cannons on the other side, so my vulture wouldn't last long. And since that little area where I can put tanks on and in range of the nexus is not big enough, I'm deciding to move 2 tanks in his main and trying to pick off some more probes. And luckily, I ran to his base scouting. In the same time, I see carriers are being built, which means he's losing some probes and do not have more expansions than I am, and at the same time making carriers, so which suggesting to me that he does not have ground force that is superior to what I have right now. Since if you look at my foot count, I am nearly maxed out. It's at 189, and I missed a depot, so I stuck at 190 max foot count. But I should be able to get maxed out by the time I'm ready to move out. Now let's see. I has not checked the expansion on the lower left side of the map, which I totally don't expect the Protoss will actually make a base, try to make a base there, because it will be pretty suicidal, because he has to defend it all the way across the map, where I have very short distance to get there. And this late in the game, I don't think if he would have it, I would have seen it. And let's see. Okay, now I am literally maxed out. Well, not literally, but close to. So I am going to proceed to storm rope him through. I don't have any science vessels, but he doesn't have any arbiters neither. So I'm guessing his carrier force is not yet built up, because when I dropped him, he was building, and I don't see any carriers at the moment. So as you can see, I have a lot bigger force than what he has. So I use unseized tank to kill all the silots like I always do, and then seized my tanks to blast off the Dragoons. And in this case, since my army is such a superior army that I did not even need to use spider mines, so yeah, I just roll him over. And I think this is game. There's nothing more he can do. And you should be seeing GG anytime now. Yeah, there is GG, and good games. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.